Alright, take a look here at Blake Costello, Blake Adrian Gonzalez here. This is Ryan Adams, Baltimore Orioles, working in the facility down here. Okay, taking a look at Blake. Very aggressive move at the ball. He attacks the ball. Overall pattern is good in that it's one fluid motion. There's no discernible pause in what he's doing. He gets good drive from his backside. You know, he's not back there bug squishing. He's not back there spinning. There's good drive. He does get a little bit of a jackknife position here on nearly all the swings where that body's a little forward. We want to be a little bit here. So again, our basic overall pattern, or is to be a throwing pattern where we drive off of the backside, but then we hit leverage behind this front side. And so we really want to see that torso, more tilt out of the torso and a little less turn or opening out of the torso, more like this position. But Blake, again, his overall move is good in that it's an athletic move. It's one fluid motion. He attacks the ball, and he's aggressive. Okay, again, check out the student DVD on my YouTube channel, Blake, to get more information, more examples of this stuff. But when I look at a swing, I look at three main areas: the back leg, the back arm, and the front side. In other words, how strong of a front side do we establish to hit behind? We want a strong front side to hit behind there. We'll start with the back leg. Back leg has a very simple function or goal. We've got to load the back leg, and then it's followed by a lateral sideways unload. Okay, we always load before release. That back leg gets ready or loaded before the ball is let go, and it unloads when the ball's about halfway and before that front heel drops. Okay, and Blake's overall pattern is good in the sense that there's good load before release, and then he does unload into that front side. So the overall pattern of the back leg is good. It's a very simple thing that we want out of that back leg. Now, as we get here, you can already see Blake's back foot beginning to turn over. He's forcing some turn there, which is leaking its way up. You can see how the upper body has kind of flown open on us. We look here at our professionals, we don't see the foot being forced over as soon. Okay, really we just want to let that leg drive sideways, and then as we get to the front side, really it's the front leg, as that front leg works against the ground, that's really what's driving the hip open, and then this back leg kind of comes through more passively there. Okay, and again, not nearly even on the turn, Adrian's foot kind of comes back to sideways. So we just want to kind of let that foot do what it's going to do. We don't want to force it over. We don't want to fight it necessarily either, but we don't want to force it over either. Okay, so again, Blake, really simple. Get the leg ready before the ball's let go, and then attack the pitch like you're doing, but don't force that foot to spin. That's it. Alright, let's take a look again now at the front side. Again, we want to establish a strong front side. Really, we want that front side to land the same way we started, in that after that back leg goes and puts down the front side, foot is square, knees in the same position it started in, and the upper body is really square there. Okay, you can see Blake kind of bails open with the front foot, steps out a little bit there. That angle needs to be improved upon. You can see how that kind of lets the knee leak a little bit, and we start to get this knee more on top of the foot here, as opposed to having that knee more behind the foot here. Anytime that knee starts to get on top of the front foot, we're not going to be behind the ball. Transfer's not going to be as good. We're not going to be as stable. So if we can lock in that front side, keep it square, it's going to help with a lot of things. Okay. Okay. Now at this point, I do believe that some of the intent to spin the foot leaks its way up and causes Blake to overturn on most of his swings, causes the hands to kind of get out in front on a lot of the swings, okay? And it's also going to create this torso position, like we talked about initially, that is a little more forward than we want to see. We prefer that the body stay here. We really want that torso behind the front side. So we really want to see more tilt and less spin or turn out of that upper body. So we got to get away from the spin mentality. Hand usage, again, you can see our professionals, how those hands throw through, right through contact. The lead arm stays longer, and we're not trying to pull that bat around in a circle. You can see Blake really kind of pulling that bat around a little bit, and the hands finish later than they should. Okay, so really out of the front side, similar to what Brandon did, although I think Blake is forcing turn more than Brandon, and maybe opening more, but really it's stay square with the front foot and create more tilt and less turn out of the upper body, and then really finish the hands through contact. Don't try to pull the bat around in the circle with the front arm. Feel your hands work through the ball. Okay, lastly, taking a look at again, that back arm, which really controls, that throwing arm really controls the path of the barrel, how the bat moves through the zone. Okay, as we look at Blake, when you look at your best hitters, do you look at it here at Adrian here? It's pretty simple. The back arm loads, the long bone in the upper arm, the humerus, lifts first, and then that bone is going to go towards the ball at some point, or slotting of the elbow. And you can see here Blake slotting to the ball. After we get to that point, that top arm's just going to finish the throw there. As we look at Blake, we don't quite see much of a loading pattern there with that left arm. Fairly stagnant through there, and then he slots to the ball. So we'd like to see a little bit more winding up of that back arm to kind of start things to load before we begin to slot. Now we'll say when Blake slots, the barrel stays up. Again, as you look at many of your amateurs, that barrel, that palm will go up and the bat begins to flatten. Blake does a good job of keeping the palm on the pitcher and keeping the barrel up. Okay, and as he throws through here, again, we get contact. We'd like to see the hands a little bit more active through contact instead of kind of pulling the bat around. Okay, but the back arm's in a pretty decent position here, and what's better is the top hand. He keeps the barrel up. And again, you compare these positions, you see how the barrel stays, above the hands. We want that barrel above the hands as long as we can keep it. Ultimately, the barrel's going to get below the hands. As we hit the ball, the barrel will always be below the hands, but we want to keep that barrel. If you look at, Ryan here, he does a great job with it, of keeping that barrel, above the hands for as long as possible. Okay, so if Blake would just add a little bit of loading pattern, perhaps maybe starting with his hands, maybe a little low. This is kind of a high forward position of the hands, to kind of start things. We take a little farther. He's still high and forward. Ultimately, when you begin the swing, you're going to bring your hands to a shoulder height position. He may want to start closer to that position and create a little bit more loading of the elbow to get things started.